Okay, we're recording.
1 + 1 don't equal 3.
Hello there.
Hi.
We are back.
Back from your conference weekend. Let's get into it.
We have a couple topics first.
Okay.
And then we'll get into it.
Great.
Number one.
Yes.
I saw that we have a 4.9 out of 5 rating. Our podcast.
Oh, who gave us the point? Somebody.
It doesn't show. I just see we have 10 reviews. But
10?
We have 10.
Did they use words?
No, I think they're just like 4 out of 5. So apparently of the 10, one person gave us a 4 and the rest gave us 5s.
Okay, I'll take it.
That's fine.
I mean, that's above average.
I don't need a 5 for everything.
That's well above average. Not everybody can get an A.
So if you're a listener, make sure if you're on Spotify to go and review our podcast. I don't know what happens when you do that, but
like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe and give us a 5.
How many subscribers do we have?
I haven't checked. Last it was like over 100
subscribers.
Yeah, well, they're called like followers.
That's legit. I
don't know. I'm not on Apple, so I don't know. Maybe I'm more on Apple, but I would say between Spotify and YouTube,
man,
they are 100.
We're slowly crawling up to the level of your 12,000 LinkedIn followers. We're going to get
on Apple podcast. Maybe there's a following there. So if you watch us, listen to us on Apple, make sure you send us an email. So if you recall, the Malibu Table Podcast at gmail.com is the official email.
Great.
Should we do a Instagram? And then we can share pictures. Should we do Instagram?
I thought about it. I have one. We have an Instagram.
Do we?
Yeah, we just don't update it.
Oh, maybe we should put our pictures
I'm not
there.
even responding to people's emails right now. Every week I'm like, I'm going to respond to them, and then I
you don't. So to our listeners, if you don't get an email back,
and I have 2 emails I need to respond to right now. I have a music teacher that reached out to me regarding a modesty question, and then Kim Kerwin reached out to me. I think she's a longtime listener, first-time caller. She reached out to me not about the podcast, but about the challenges of limiting social media on the social lives of our children.
Let's talk through that real quick.
I think we already have.
What's the modesty question?
The modesty question is, if our bodies are so good and beautiful, why must we hide them? Like, it goes into the slut shaming thing that like we shouldn't tell girls that their bodies aren't like need to be hidden. The answer, that's very easy. It's just that the body is so beautiful and so sacred that sacredness should be veiled sometimes, right? And so
that's what our Muslim friends do.
Right. It's a super easy answer. It doesn't question the dignity of the body. And people can go too far with modesty culture. In general, I'm a big fan of modesty culture. I can't believe how far we have fallen from an understanding that our breasts, penises. Whoa. Oh, sorry. I just did biology of sex in the class this week. So I'm not afraid to say words. Like I said, so many words.
That won't get us in the
proper words. No, but I will say our breasts, I'm sorry. Our private parts should be covered. That should just be given. And it's not anymore. And I find that
I think there's I'm not as active on Facebook. I remember there is a cohort of women who were like, that's the guy's problem, not my problem.
I mean,
they're like, I shouldn't need to do anything.
My sister, who I love, Teresa, who I love, is a faithful Catholic, and I completely disagree on modesty standards. She is like, her children it's like, she has this little thing. It's like, you can either show your butt, your belly, or your chest. You like have to choose one or the other. You can't show all 3. And I feel so differently.
I think intention is always the question, right? So, like, what's the intention around some of the outfits? Because if you are wearing something that's revealing, are you intentionally trying to show off certain things? But I think that the question is always lust, right? Like, you don't want, like, if you're trying to elicit lustful thoughts from the opposite, like, essentially, are you leading someone into sin?
Even if you're not trying to, I like the whole thing. Yeah, this is the whole thing. I actually have a really hard time talking about this.
It's a question about like sinful thoughts too. Like our thoughts.
I don't have to worry about. A man needs to control their own thoughts. I don't need to worry about that. And I think in Christian charity, we make sure to veil what is sacred. And that is all I will say about that. I get so frustrated with the modesty conversation, and it's one of the many things.
Do you distinguish single versus married? So if you're married in particular, do you have a responsibility?
No, I don't think so. I think both is the same. Okay. I think that this particular topic is so isolating to me as a parent. When I look at things like what my peers post in terms of social media and their children, their homecoming pictures, their prom pictures, I'm like, I am on an island by myself. And I think it's going to be so hard for our daughter. I do not care. I find it stunning where we're at with this conversation because, again, you veil what is sacred. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. What was the other?
But that's the question. Like, you veil what is sacred to an end, though. Like, not for like. I think that was asking about the marriage question, but like, it's
No,
you
when it
veil what
comes
is
to
sacred,
you,
but you're
when it comes to a married couple, that's the thing. What is sacred is for my spouse. That's
correct,
what is sacred. It's for my
which is
spouse.
what our Muslim
Right.
friends
I think
do,
that's
which is why they
beautiful.
have the veils and they
I
have the
think it's
coverings
beautiful.
out in
And
the
somehow
public.
we have see what happens sometimes, I think, with like groups of Catholic Christians, whatever people, they start spinning themselves into wild ideologies that are so far off base, right? So like there are actually people that have like theological reasons why we should not take modesty seriously, and I'm over it. But anyways, the question, this was not the question the person asked me. The question was super well intended. It was awesome. She's like, my daughter's in college, she's being asked questions, doesn't know how to answer them. Like that was awesome. But again, I haven't responded to that email. What was the other one I said somebody reached out to me? Oh, Kim Kerwin, about social media. It was a very sad text message to me because basically she's like, I have a friend that's going through this where she's trying to determine what to allow her kid to use. And I know that you guys went through that a couple of years ago with your oldest, and where have you landed and how have you allowed for things? And I mean, my answer to her, which I haven't responded yet, is we haven't allowed for things. Like he has radical freedom when it comes to his physical ability to be places. So like walk 2 miles from my house, walk 3 miles from my house, take your bike to Divine Child. I don't care. When it
Yeah.
comes to social media, there isn't, and he is 1,000,000% excluded from a social reality because of that. Now, we already talked about this though. I don't want to dive into it.
I think the thing is just consistency. Like, you have to, like, it is not a easy path, but you have to be consistent. Like, you cannot. It's one of those things, like, you can't let up. Like, you have to be consistent the entire time.
But it's brutal, and
But then
it
once
makes your kids. It's brutal.
I know, yeah, exactly.
It's brutal.
But you have to be consistent, because the second you let up, and then it's just like all bets are off, and you will get tested frequently. But
Right.
you have to have convictions, and it has to be like.
And I don't.
Boom.
You and I feel a little differently. I mean, he's going to get a smartphone probably next semester. I'm okay with him starting to roll into Instagram and things like that. But we already talked about this on the podcast, like within the last month. So, but I'm willing to now let him do a little bit more. But like Snapchat's not happening, and that is
But there's dangers in Instagram too, though.
I don't think there's not. I think at some point though you got to like make choices. It's going to be really hard. It is hard. It's super hard on him.
That's what we signed up for.
Week.
So that's the.
And you know, I told him
as parents we signed up for that, and that's we're in the challenge. Like, it's cute when they're kids and under 10, but now they're in high school. Like, this is where it gets challenging.
Well, the other thing I told him though the other night, because it's a long story and I'm not going to get into it to protect privacy, but he was really bummed the other night, and I told him, like, the bottom line is you have your brothers, you have your cousins, like, you're not, maybe God's like sparing you from some things that wouldn't be good for you. And he actually heard me, which I thought was really good, because I think it's hard to feel lonely as a kid. But anyway, and we've taken away a whole form of communication from him. That is crazy what we've chosen to do. Yeah. And I think we're one of the only that hold the hardest line. Like,
no, I think there's some others. It's just, like, I think they're not vocal. Like, we don't.
But it doesn't matter. I don't need to.
Well, and that's the conviction. Like, if you, and sometimes you have to go with your gut. Like, you can do too much analysis, but if you believe what you're doing is right, then you go into that.
Yeah, it's very hard though. It's much harder for, I think, me than you, because you worry about the social ramifications, the depression ramifications. Like, I will say, last Friday, one of our kids actually looked like sad for the first time. I'm like, whoa, this could like turn into something that is different if I'm not careful about it. So anyway, it is what it is.
Well, also, I think it's, you find your tribe. Like,
that's what I keep trying to say to my people.
But it takes time. But it takes time to.
That's
it takes
what you
time.
say.
Like, it's not an easy
calm
thing.
Me down. I know
it's not easy road. Because even like thinking about our social lives, like, I didn't have friends until 11th grade.
That is so hard.
So 9th grade and 10th grade, and that was because I went to the quote unquote smart school. So my home school, right. Everyone I went to middle school went to that school. There was me and another girl. So two of us went to this high school, and I didn't know any. Well, I knew like maybe 1 or 2 people, but I didn't really know anybody.
We had this whole conversation 3 weeks ago. Do you remember on the podcast?
It's just, but sometimes we have new listeners. So yeah. So I get that as much as anybody. So,
well, and I'm so thankful for you for calming me down in that, because you say that to me all the time. Like, I did not. I had a very best friend from 5th grade till I graduated high school. So yes. I don't even relate to not having one person that's in your corner. And the only time I felt that was when I was in my 20s and all my friends started to get married and I was single, like, for real. And I was like, holy moly, I don't have anybody anymore. That's just mine, and it's hard. So,
well, also I think loneliness, I don't know, like, loneliness is part of life, so to speak. Like,
I know.
We're not called. I don't think we're called to be like.
I know.
To like have friends all the time, have people talk. Like, it's sometimes there is some parts of loneliness that everyone feels, and it's like.
it's just really hard watching your kid go through that.
Or like
really is.
boredom. Like
It's
some
brutal.
people, like sometimes I'm bored. It's like that's
Right.
that's okay.
Right.
Like go find like you have to sit in that. Like it's
do you know
like
what kept me up the other night in anxiety? Because you know how I wake up so anxious about things. You like go be bored. I realized that I think my parents, my mom and dad, did an exceptional job with us. I say this all the time. Like I think my parents raised six really good kids, kids. And I will say that part of the thing was they were very firm about one TV in their house. So the other day, as I'm like going to sleep, I was thinking about the fact that we have, because you had said something like, we don't want our kids, the TV downstairs. You were like, I don't want to put a TV downstairs because I don't want them to get used to not being with us. And I'm like, holy moly, we have 4 TVs right now, including your office TV. And I'm like, what are we doing? Like, why do my kids watch TV all the time. And I'm like, am I screwing it up?
But they're all active. I think
I know
they're active. So that's the balance. If they didn't do any activities, I'd be like, you're right. But
I think it's because Joey like rotted on social media when we went, not social media, on video games. We went to a football game on Friday and to a volleyball game on Friday. He played video games for like 4 hours.
I'm surprised you.
He didn't want to go though, and if he doesn't want to be dragged to high school athletics, I don't feel like I should drag him. It is very nice that all of our kids can stay home now. Like even there's something that's going on next week that I'm like, if the girls don't want to go, they don't have to go. Like anyway, so
and then,
that's
Monday. Yes. You guys had off of.
Wait, do you want to do one listener feedback first? And then
listener feedback.
One listener feedback, and then we'll dive in. This is Jackie Von Prasing. She says, I'd love to introduce you to Kristen and Samantha, the custody queens. They're certified law specialists who bring smart, candid, relationship-first lenses to some of the toughest moments couples and families face today. Kristen is bold and direct.
Do you know this person?
No, they're ideal guests for conversation and relationship transitions. If you're up for it, I'd love to coordinate an interview. I want to be like, girl, we only have 100 followers. I don't know what spam thing led you to my account, but I thought it was funny that it was like managing relationship and custody.
Yeah.
Like we're obviously
like family lawyers. So
are we flagging?
I think we have flagged some algorithm that I guess they look up like family podcasts and they just send out.
Or flaggers. Like maybe because I was real mad at you last week. It was so funny. It was so funny on that podcast. How mad I was at you.
Happens.
It does happen. So anyway, that's our only listener feedback for the week. Yeah.
I thought there was one on Monday on the 3rd.
Oh, was that Monday?
Monday's the 3rd.
Oh, yeah, that was Monday. Sorry.
Someone sent another one.
Yeah. Okay. So then we did have a couple more. She's trying to push to number 1. Leanne Denda, just love this girl. Adult field trips, not the same as going to. You lost that so hard. Like if you're going somewhere on a field trip, you need to let your wife know.
So apparently, I need to. Serious question: should I give you a permission slip?
Yeah.
So should I write out a permission slip?
Also, another fan of the Life 360 for kids, especially.
What's Life 360?
That's the tracking app on phones.
Oh, you can put that on iPhones.
Yeah, for kids. For Aaron, little Aaron will have it.
Yeah.
Dentist every 6 months. Total scam, she says.
Yeah,
total
100%.
Scam. And then let's see what else. Back and forth to football, right? And allowing CYO kids to play. She did a little bit of that. Her and I are completely aligned with that. There was another one that I'm not going to read. It was about the alumni conversation we had and the person that responded. It was about the alumni who makes a few $1 million that we think should give money.
Oh.
The listener that responded definitely is not a fan of that alumni situation.
That's funny. We did have a dentist trip this week. But Monday, you and our oldest had off of school.
We did.
And we talked about last week that instead of allowing chill time,
yes,
we went to volunteer.
Yeah.
Did you see? I got another Awala. Isn't in this bag?
That's great. I just pulled out my Awala. Aaron wants to give me another Awala. I love Awalas.
I
love Awalas.
Right here.
Oh my gosh, is it mine?
Right here.
Great, I'm taking it.
Someone gave me an Awala. They were at my conference. There was a vendor who they always have swag.
They were giving out Awalas.
Yeah, so they put their logo. It's called Portable on the Awala.
Portable's become my best friend. I'm gonna follow them.
I said, it's a guy from New York City. I said, bro, like, you don't know how much money I've spent on Awalas recently. I was like, Awala is like the thing. So
it is the thing.
So we have a brand new Awala.
That makes me so happy. That one's going to be mine. It's going to be my backup.
So Aaron from Portable gave me this.
Let's tag him in this podcast.
I just pulled that out of my bag.
When you share this on LinkedIn.
So if we had a Instagram, I would take a picture and post this on the Instagram.
And then tag Portable.
And tag Portable.
I'll tag Portable. I'll drink from it. All right, anyway.
So Volunteer Monday. So we went to the Capuchin Soup Kitchen.
Yeah. It was really good.
Right across the street from the St. Bonaventure or Solanas Casey Center, where we go to confession.
Little Aaron loved it. He said it himself. He thought it was really cool. We'll do it. I think we're both like, we need to do this more often. 12.
So the boys can, the girl, you have to be at least 12. So we handed out
It was a
food.
little boring. I'm not going to lie to you, but I guess I don't need to be entertained whilst trying
Do you
to
need
save.
like a part?
No, it's just that I've been to the
To
soup
be
kitchen
entertained.
before. And is it still called the soup kitchen? Do we call it that?
Yeah, but they
Okay.
have different shifts though. So we had the shift where you're just
Like
like
I've been where
there
you're
was
working
people.
constantly. I mean,
There were people in the back that were like chopping up and doing stuff. We
Yeah.
were like in the
On the line.
serving. We're on the line serving.
It's great. It was such a good experience. I think it's really good right now to have our kids involved in it. I'm glad little Aaron liked it.
Yeah.
The whole
So it
thing
was-
was good.
Yeah, it's 2 hours. So essentially, like they gave us a bunch of food, and we were just making plates and
Yeah.
handing out food and drinks.
Actually, it's 3 hours, right?
No, it was they didn't start until 11, so
Okay.
it was 11 to 1.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a solid 2 hours of handing out food. They had it was like buffalo chicken and salad,
Goulash.
They had some pineapple upside down cake,
Yeah.
and some brownies, and we just made trays and handed out
It's
food.
good. I thought it was really interesting. We got in the car. You had said to our son, like, it's really important that you don't like go tell your friends, like make fun of who you saw or whatever. I don't think that would have been a struggle of his. Was that just an overall?
You just got to say it out loud because, like, I think, like you see, like when you go there, you see things that like our kids live a very privileged life.
Yeah.
So there's certain things that they just don't see when it comes to. It's not just homeless. Okay, there's people who are homeless, but there's also people who just are low income. I heard with the recent shutdown, there's like right before like around Halloween, there was some big families that came in because they took away some of the SNAP benefits. So it's not even just homeless; it's just like families or people in need. So you see a different kind or type of person that you don't normally see every day. And sometimes your natural, like some kids' inclination, we kind of make fun of people or judge them. So it's like, you have to say out loud, like, yeah, like you're going to see, you saw some things, like you can't be like, hey, go make fun of them. Or hey, guess what I saw? It's like, these are real people with real problems, and they showed up just to get a meal. Like, since they have showers, they can take showers, they can get a meal. Like, these people are looking for basic, like, services.
Do you know what gets my bee in a bonnet over the course of ministry is over the course of ministry, having parents who refuse to let their kids do any service in the city of Detroit because God forbid their poor sweet ones enter into a world that is not suburbia. And I find that to be so disgusting to articulate. Imagine articulating, like, and let's say this is 15 years ago working at a parish, and we did this thing that was like this mission trip where we would go into the city every day and like, oh no, my kid is not safe there. I'm not safe. Imagine being like my 17-year-old, even my 15-year-old can't go with those people 20 minutes away from here.
Well,
I find it disgusting.
Well, consider all the other kids who are going. So it's like these kids can go, but my kid is above.
I find
above
that in circles of privilege, which oftentimes our Catholic schools are, that can be. I mean, again, I was going to say prevalent. No, it's like this. We're talking about like 1 out of 100 and 200. Like you know what I mean. Most people understand the value of service. But I like that you said to our son. I like that you said to him, like, just so you know, like this isn't something. It was pretty random. Like we got in the car and you were just like, this isn't something you're going to talk to your friends about, making fun of people. And he wasn't. I mean, there was nothing to indicate that he was.
But you have to say it. Like you have to.
So.
But you kind of have to acknowledge, like, we didn't say it before, and like maybe with Joey and John Paul, but hey, you guys are going to see some stuff.
Yeah, we should have told them that.
Maybe they see it on TV, but it's like you're going to see some real people in scenarios and situations. Like some of them may smell a certain way you're not used to. Like you're going to see them say or dress a certain way. So it's just, but it's good though.
Yeah.
Like thinking Catholic social teaching and option for the poor, like it's a good experience, and it's easy to do. Like even for our listeners. There's many of them out there, but we just did the Capuchin. So they have a website, so you can easily go to the website. Yeah. You can sign up. Like it's very easy to do. You sign up. You show up.
Easy service, man. I love not having 800 hoops to jump through before
correct.
you can.
So you don't have to call anybody. You just sign up. You show up.
Yeah.
Everyone's very friendly.
Yeah.
All the volunteers. I mean, the coordinator. They've been there. The one lady said 17 years. Yeah. The pastor, I think, was running. He had been there like for 6 years before COVID.
Can we talk about what happened really briefly?
Yeah.
Can we talk about this? Okay, just real quick. My husband's family is like a large family. So the Wilkerson name is known, I think, in the Metro Detroit area. So like you have one uncle that goes door to door selling CDs, and sometimes my like students have like heard Uncle James and his albums, and one of my students bought his album and plays it sometimes, airing his show. So that's one uncle. But then we were checking in, this girl's like, wait, Wilkerson. And she's like, I know that name. And she's like, do you know so-and-so? And we're like, yeah. And she's like, he was the love of my life. I mean, she was shook. She was shook. Apparently they broke up like how many years ago? Before you and I mean, it had to be like I mean,
like
it had to be
10,
16. No, I mean,
like
I
10,
had never.
15 years ago.
I mean,
Like 15 years
we've been
ago.
together for 16 years. So, like, we're
Yeah,
talking
15,
17.
16 years
I mean,
ago.
she is like, oh, I mean, like, she was shivering. And she's like, love of my life. And she's like, and I screwed it up, man. And I'm going to tell you, you probably are different than me. I actually at one point felt a little uncomfortable because she's like exposing, like, he is like the one that got away. Like, I am.
Some stories.
She is like devastated that she did not marry this man. And we're like, holy moly. And you're like, oh, like,
Yeah,
very funny.
She was naming some names.
Yeah, she was.
Then I talked to that family member later on, and they were like, "Yeah, I remember her." And he was like, "Yep, she messed it up."
Yeah, isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? So anyway, the Wilkersons are known. All right, so that was Monday.
Yeah, so really cool.
Yeah.
Well, I think they said we'll do that again in the next.
You said like any day they have off, which I think is a really good idea.
Or in the holiday, like even thinking like about Thanksgiving or Christmas break. Like the tricky part, we all can't go, but we have to figure out just who can go. And
you do a good job making sure this is happy for our family. All right,
good perspective.
Yeah.
Open gyms. You went to go see Mia, right, this week?
Yeah, she was not as good as I thought she was. I'm like, girls D1, she's going to make the sixth graders cry. And it was 4, 5, 6 playing together, which is hard. I mean, she's young and she's never played, you know what I mean? But I did talk to her. I mean, not to be a stage mom, but she was like giggling and stuff. And I'm like, you got to be as aggressive as you have with your brothers. Like, this is legit. Like, don't be giggling on the court. Like, focus, Caitlin Clark. Make me that money, D1. So,
well, I think like the organized sports and like the competitive nature is different than like just playing like pickup ball.
Right,
so
yeah.
I think she'll pick that up.
Yeah.
And then I took all the kids to the dentist for many hours.
Yeah.
So that was always a fun one.
And then let's get into it.
Talk about the conference.
Data in the D. So you began a LLC. I mean, we have tracked this through what?
Not LLC.
What is it? LCB, 401B, 501c6. You began this about a year ago. I think you made it official. About 2 years ago, you started. We've tracked it in the podcast. People know I'm not pleased. Like, people know that I'm like, wait, you're just like starting a side hustle, and you're pretty much like, yeah, I'm doing it with no input from me. You're like, oh, I meet with these guys. Oh, now we're running a conference. I'm a little skeptical of the whole thing.
Yes, you were.
I'm still a little skeptical about the time of it, but you killed it. I couldn't believe how professional this thing looked when I walked in.
Yeah, it was. It's been labor love. I think I've said it before. Like it's been 8 months. So this all started around spring, March timeframe, where I was like, hey, let's do this, and then trying to get people on board and all the work involved. Yeah, it was 8 month labor of love. Very happy it's done. It's a sigh of relief.
Tell the people what happened 4 days before.
Oh yeah, we had a keynote. Someone who was out of town that was supposed to come in and keynote, which is mean speak at the conference. Kind of a well-known person in my industry, but due to like the shutdown and the flights and canceling things, like his family wasn't comfortable coming in, so he ended up kind of saying, "Hey, I'm not able to come in." So we had to pivot and say, "Oh crap, we're going to do." I mean,
Aaron and I feel so deeply different about this.
It was a 20.
This is 4 days before the event. He's like, "Yeah, I mean, the shutdowns. I'm not even going to attempt to come in." I thought that was a very bold move for someone who knows that he's keynoting a conference. You're very forgiving.
Well, I think he felt very bad, and then he was. And I think we pivoted. So instead of having him live, we did end up having him on the screen. So he was able to do like a Zoom.
I will tell you, I didn't realize when you said he was going to be on a screen, I'm like, this is going to be a disaster. Like, people don't pay to go to conferences to see someone on Zoom. But the way the room was set up, it was such a cool space. Where were you again?
It was across the street from Tech Town, managed by Wayne State. It's called the Industry and Innovation Center.
How much does that space cost to rent?
I don't know if we were able to share.
Oh, can you ballpark it?
It's not crazy
More
expensive.
less than 5,000?
No, more than that.
More than 5,000 to rent the space.
Yeah, well, it all depends on what
you're adding options. Did they put out tables and stuff like?
Yeah.
So this is like a package. Okay.
Yeah, it's all a la carte. So we have to tell them what we want.
It was a really nice space, and so I also think the way it was auditorium seating with desks in front of you, they had a beautiful stage setup that came with them, right? I actually think like a zoom in the space you had was probably fine, right?
Well, that's why we picked the space. Like,
yeah.
The good thing is that, and the overarching thing is that all the people who were part of it were all pros. So everyone had either been to a conference, They led a conference, so we all knew like what what good looks like. So we weren't starting from scratch. Like, but then that's what helpful. Like everyone knew what was good. So we all it was. I didn't have to explain it. It was like, hey, like dude, we're gonna choose this space, and they got it. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, the conference we had to find a place that had an auditorium that could fit over 100
Where did
people.
people eat?
It was all around. They ate all.
So there wasn't like a cafeteria.
Correct. That was only draw. So
okay.
So this was the first year, so we just didn't know. So we know next year that we'll get a bigger space. But yeah, we didn't have, most conferences have like a dedicated food area, but we knew that we couldn't do that. So
Interesting.
It was just eat where you can.
Who was bringing in the food? Was it a caterer that set it up and everything and cleaned it up?
Yeah, it was called Mudgee's. They're pretty well known in downtown Detroit.
And you had a event coordinator.
Correct.
Who killed it.
Yes, she
I
did.
mean, you were like blown away by her. Isn't it nice when you do something like you hire an external person to do something for you and they blow you away versus making you like micromanage it? Like you were blown away. What is her name? You should shout her out.
Stephanie Seville.
And what is her actual like what is she?
So she has two different businesses.
She event planner?
She has both. So her name's Stephanie Seville. She has one business is called Mission Moments Planning. So she does an event planning. So that's how I met her through the Catholic Foundation of Michigan had a gala last year. So she does a lot of like a gala event. So she was the very first phone call. So once I told the committee, I realized that this was going to be way too much work and there's no way I was going to do this. So she was the first phone call. I knew her from the gala. And I said, Stephanie, like, I need your help on this. And we had no way to pay for it. So at first,
this is adorable because you didn't have any. Now, you joke that I didn't believe in you in this conference and that's stupid or don't believe in data in the D. I do. What I did not believe that blew me away.
We're going to get our money back.
You had this sponsorship package and I was like, who the heck's going to pay to like, set up a table? You made, sponsors wanted to be at your event, which I think is a huge kudos. So anyways, so your approach, that was, I 100%. So
that was my,
as you're getting in deep, I'm like, what are you going to do? How are you going to pay for this?
Well, that was the question. Because she gave us like a list. She gave us a list of services. So
it's crazy how much you ended up bringing in.
At the time, we had no money.
Yeah.
And we had no sponsors, no attendees, no nothing. So, but we needed her. So we had to pay her. So I told you, I was like, hey, we're going to have to pay out of pocket for a little bit until we get some money in here and I can get reimbursed. That was about $3,000 out of pocket.
Yeah, because she's not cheap, and thank God. She does a really good job. But again,
she sent me her list. I was like, oh crap!
Like you're hoping this is all going to work out, but I'm like, I don't know how these things work. You were very confident, and I am blown away because not only did you get enough to pay her, and you did really well with this conference in terms of sponsors and health of this.
Yeah, it was a flat. It picked up in like August time frame where at first we had like one sponsor and then eventually we got so Ethan, actually the guy who gave me this, he was the first one that he
is he the one that's like he's the one that did the big package that was like, yes, this is the first time I want to like send him an email because I remember and you put this I think on your LinkedIn.
He was the very first guy to talk about the conference.
He put it on his LinkedIn. And he was like, normally we don't do this.
Correct. Yep.
But I like what's happening in small community based. Like it was a very cool partnership. What do they do? What does Portable do? This isn't a commercial for Portable, but what are they?
Just data nerd.
Will I understand?
Stuff. No, you won't.
Okay, great.
Data nerd stuff.
But if you're in a data nerd, you should definitely support Portable.
Yeah. So so Stephanie was the first one. It was a bunch of money, but I told the group, I was like, guys, in order for this to happen, we got to bring her on. Like I said, we're all full, like we're all busy. Everyone's got families. We're full time.
Right.
And she knocked it out of the park. It's just because, like you said, having someone who you can say, hey, can you do this? And they just do it. I don't have to worry about it. She was sending emails. Yeah. Like the day of, like there was a registration table. There was volunteers. The food, like she figured out the food because she has a team too. So like the food got delivered, lunch got set up, sponsors.
You're not touching any of that.
I didn't do any. I mean,
that's beautiful.
The signs, so all these signs that you saw, like the T-shirts, all I had to do was pull out my card and pay. So the T-shirts, the posters, the signs, that's like she made all that stuff and ordered it.
What a gift.
And all I had to do was give her my card.
What a gift. Well, and also, she did a really good job. You paid her, I think. It was like a service. It was a really good service. So if you need any type of event planner, I think, again, you were blown away by what she did.
Yeah, because it was a if I had to do that, it would all have fallen apart. Right. It would not have happened that way. So I think that was the key. I tell everyone, I said, the key is if you're going to do this, either you need to be, I won't say full, but towards the end, almost full time, or you need to have somebody who's solely dedicated towards. Well,
because the other thing that's really interesting about you, I think, and it's important to name, like you're still advancing your own personal career, like at Carhartt. Like, so you're all in there mentally, like mentally and emotionally. You don't like, I mean, you don't jip your company for this thing that you're doing as a side hustle, right?
Correct.
So like, and you have a large family, a large active family. So like your time, you are an exceptional time manager right now. You're on your screen's a little bit too much for your girl, but like the amount of balls that you have in the air and making sure that you compartmentalize time appropriately. So you're not, because sometimes people would just steal from their company's time. You know what I mean? Like they just sit and do their side hustle during the, I don't think you work at all on data and the D stuff in the context of the workday, literally at all. Like your Friday afternoons.
I have my time of like, hey, I have this much time, but after that, like I have to cut it off.
You do a very good job with that. And so, but like you're saying, she's an essential piece of the puzzle, right? Because she's basically running the logistics.
Well, and it's nice, like if you have someone who does this professionally, there's so many like little small things that you just forget about. Like you have to like you have to print off like table tents for that. You have to email people the day of, the day before. Like the posters, you have to have like outside with arrows to tell people how to get to the building. You have to like talk to all the sponsors and make an FAQ list. Like there's so much stuff that goes on behind the scenes that like you need someone because
and she killed it for you.
You would just be stressed out. But that was a huge part of it.
What if you like were to reflect on this? What would you say were the top 3 like graces or blessings? Like looking back, like you're like, these are the top 3 things that like either I'm glad I did it or worked really well. Like 1, 2, 3, this is what I'm most proud of.
Well, I think you got
a 1, 2, 3.
We got great overwhelming feedback. The good news is everyone was a pro. Like the speakers, the sponsors, like even the attendees, everyone knew what to do. You didn't have to overly explain things. Like everyone, like everything was very clear. So it wasn't like having to like hurt kittens and be like, hey guys, you got to go there. You got to go there. Like people just figured out what to do.
All right, that's 1, 2.
It was all about community. So like we have the monthly meetup events. It was good to see people again. And I think it was a good way for people to see each other and like connect. So I think the community aspect was pretty huge. And like, there's a lot of people I didn't get to say hi to. I wanted to, but a lot of my job was just going around saying hi to people.
So your number 2 would be community. And I'm going to say to that, this is so cute. I shared this on my social media. So anybody that listens to this knows this, but it was so funny. John Paul is like, oh my gosh, man, like dad's like kind of a big deal. And then little Aaron's like, Mom, like dad's the MJ of the data nerd world, the Michael Jordan of the data nerd world. And they're like, people are asking to take his picture, Mom. And they were like, because you brought our 3 sons to volunteer. Sorry, I should have said that too.
They got to be.
Was that really cool for you to bring? That would be your third, like.
Well, I think it was important. I think kind of like the volunteering thing. I think that it's good to expose kids to things. Like conference. Like if you think about it, our kids don't know what a conference is. Like most teenagers don't know what a conference is. So you don't know that until you show up and they got to help set up for it. They got to help like volunteer, like set up signs.
So they were PO'd at you because Friday night we went to the game and it was cold. It's a Friday night. They've had a long week of school. And you're like, you 3, like you weren't like, do you want to volunteer? You're like, you 3 are volunteering. Yeah. And so, but they had to get up at 5:30 in the morning and go. It was funny. You might have not known this, but I was doing some behind the scenes with the kids. And I'm like, listen, this is important to Dad. He's excited. He's proud of himself. Like, I need you to have a good attitude because I was so afraid they're going to be hot messes. But what was really cute is when they got there, they were like, this is awesome. And I think they felt so proud that like you were their dad. Do you know what I mean? Like my dad's doing this. It was really.
They had stuff to do. Like they had some downtime, but they got to walk around. Like a lot of the vendors had like swag. So they brought home a bunch of like swag and stickers and things like that.
But they were proud of you. I think you were proud of them. So really cool. So you would say that
a lot of picture taking.
The fact that it was like professional, people knew what was going on, the community that you created, and then maybe like the legacy that you're offering.
Yeah, I told them. I say like. To be at the very first, like this is our very first one. I don't think this is something we're doing for a long time. Yeah. So I think it's good for them to be like, hey, they were at the very first one.
Are you like fantasizing that in like 20 years from now, there's going to be a day of the D?
No, I told them, I was like, hey, eventually you guys will be doing this. Yeah. We'll see what effect. Most likely not. Yeah. But we'll see if any of them wants to take this over in, I don't know, 20 years.
Yeah. Well, I'm proud of you. I think it's going. Yeah, I'm really proud of you.
And like, it was a great, like our committee, there was 7 of us total, and everyone had like everyone presented like an idea. That's why I like working in teams, that everyone had an idea. So like we had volunteers. A lot of the challenge was we charged for the event. Some people couldn't pay. So we say, hey, like, if you can't pay, you can volunteer, then that'll be part of it. That's cool. Everyone had like different ideas. We're like, hey, we should do that. So I think it's good to have, I'm glad I didn't try to do this myself because it would just fall apart. It was just me and my ideas. So I think having a group participation was really beneficial.
It's awesome. Good.
Because did we talk about the Radiant Light conference?
I mean, I'm sure we've mentioned it. You and I threw a conference a couple years. No, I mean, now it's like, you're saying a couple years ago. It's 2017. So what is that, like almost 10 years ago? But
7 years ago.
we did a women's conference. At the time, there were no women's conferences in the Archdiocese of Detroit. And you're such a weirdo. Like, you like stuff like that. I don't need to do any. So you're like, Mary, we can just put on a conference. And I mean, you're the one that's like, let's do this women's conference. I'm like, you're actually insane. And then I was certain you were doing it to like raise money, but we didn't raise money. So I'm like, you just really are doing this because you think it'd be
that was
fun.
another one. That was like January, February.
Yeah, it was a lot of work. So that one was crazy because that one we did by
October.
ourselves. And there were like 300 people. I had just had a baby. Julia was just born in July. That was.
We had a couple people.
Was it 2000? Actually, I think it was 2018 because Julia was a year. But then you ran the marathon the same week.
The same weekend. The next day.
Crazy. I don't even want to talk about it.
We did the conference, and then we had the thing.
Crazy.
The marathon was the very next day.
It was really crazy. But yeah, so
we both had a conference. So you had yours, and we should. But then, like the next year, we thought about. And we said we were going to skip the year, so. We didn't do it the next year. We're going to do it in 2020, and then COVID happened, and then someone else kind of took it over and did a different spin on it.
Right.
So
I wonder if she's doing it this year, but yeah,
we both have our.
It's good. Yours was a whole different thing though, because Radiant Light was like a mom and pop shop. Like yours was very professional looking. Like, and again, kudos to Stephanie. You walked. I mean, it was legit. Like it was a legit conference from like stage setup all the way down. Like you did a really good job. I was really proud of you. I was really proud of you. I could tell you're proud of yourself. The boys are proud of you. It was a good.
Yeah. So it
was a good thing.
So we'll take a couple months off.
Good.
Take a break and then we'll talk about what we want to do for next year.
Yeah.
But the overwhelming feedback was coffee. Like we had some coffee there, but apparently
the people like coffee.
People like gallons of coffee because we had some, but I think there's people who just like to slam coffee all day long.
Right.
I think about coffee like this thing you have like for breakfast or in the morning.
But you don't drink coffee.
I don't drink coffee. Yeah. But we had like some like post-it notes for feedback. And we had like 10 of them or 15 like coffee plus one, like more coffee. Like that was
funny.
Overarching
so now you
theme.
Okay.
We had the after party at Tony V's next to the card store, which is a nice place downtown. A lot of people showed up for that.
We went on a date there. We ate pizza there. I like that place. Yeah. I like that. We should bring the kids there one day.
Yeah, they have really good pizza there.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, the pizza was exceptional.
So a lot of people showed up.
Are you charging for that or are you providing food?
We had a sponsor.
That just paid for food and drinks?
I don't think they paid for alcohol.
Okay.
I think it was like soda. They had really good food, just pizza and chicken and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But no, they got sponsored. The lunch got sponsored. Someone paid for it. The after party got sponsored. We had a very nice pre-conference reception at the AC Hotel.
Is that an actual hotel?
Yeah.
Why don't you take me there?
We have a house here. It was nice. They have
You used to take me to hotels just for fun.
They had a nice bar.
You don't do anything fun for me anymore.
What?
You used to do such fun things. I mean, I used to be like, people used to be like, what the, like, I would like wake up in the morning and you'd be like, here's the amazing surprise.
How about you get coffee every morning?
I know, but you don't do anything.
Have we talked about that fact?
A million times, honey.
I think we should remember that.
I think you have actual Alzheimer's about the things that we've discussed, like, at length here.
But when you say things like...
I'm saying there has not been a good, solid Aaron Wilkerson surprise in a long time. In a long time. I think the last was your promotion when I opened the car door.
Which was a year ago.
No, it wasn't. It was 2 years ago.
No, it wasn't. It was May of last year.
It was April of 2024.
Last year. It was
2 years ago.
That's not 2 years ago.
Yes, it is. It'll be 2 years ago this April. 18 months ago. That was the last time I opened my car. But I need a surprise.
You're right. In 6 months, it'll be 2 years. So.
Can you please take me to a hotel, please? Can you take me to a hotel?
I feel like public school failed you in math.
Are you going to take me to a hotel?
We have to tell the math story, too.
No, I'm gonna need you to take me to a hotel. No, I don't want to talk about the math story. I don't want to talk about the math story.
Now we have
I'm so mad about this. No, I mean...
we just feel funny.
No, I'm not going to do this. No, okay. First of all, we have to watch The Lions, so we can't talk too much longer.
You got like 5 minutes.
Okay. All I'm going to say is there's certain things that I'm like, can I just bounce this ball to you and you're in charge of it? The way that you help our kids with homework is you yell at them and you tell them to do it.
You're just so controlling. You want it done your way, but you want me to do it your way.
Sweet Malia can't figure out this problem. It's a half hour. Like I'm laying in bed listening to her cry. And this one keeps saying, just do it. Just do it. And finally I had it with you. So I get out of bed.
And you give her all the answers. You're right.
No, that's not what happened, honey. I brought her downstairs. We wrote out the story problem. Can you admit that you were like, oh,
no, you gave her no. Actually, if you can admit to this, you worked through her the problem and was wrong, and I told you, hey, that's not right. You got
we
upset
made
with
one
me.
small little
Right, and you
mistake,
had to
but then we
fix it.
adjusted. But the fact was, she understood that the baker had made 12,586 things. On one day, he used this much flour. On the other day, he used as much flour. On the other day, he used as much flour. You needed to add all three up and minus it from 12,000. You didn't tell her that.
I
She was
did that.
confused. She was crying.
No.
Okay.
The difference
The
between
bottom
us
line is
that,
I am learning you are not good at helping with homework.
no, that's not true. What happened was,
and with math,
our
I'm
kids-
screwed because I can't actually do math, which is why we had the wrong answer.
No,
but
really
you
bad.
won't do math patiently.
My favorite COVID homeschooling was when you try to teach the kids long division, you got mad at them for doing long division wrong.
Over and over
again. And I was like, that's not how you do long division.
I was just dropping things.
You were like yelling. There's
Right.
some funny Instagram memes like moms like yelling at the kids doing homework. And that was you during COVID, like yelling at them about
I'm just gonna say to you to wrap this up in a little bow. I anticipated that you would be somebody that would be able to patiently explain homework.
I don't.
Your method with homework is do it in front of them.
No. The beauty is Malia and John Paul, they know exactly what to do. They just have, like, the thing about math is all it is repetition.
Know what to do.
100% she did.
Okay.
With math, it's repetition. You're just following the steps. So I was trying to walk them through the step and say, okay, what's the first step? What's the second step? What's the third step? And then all that takes time. But you're like, Rush, you're like, let's just finish this. This should be quick. But she had gotten so much wrong. I was like, yeah, but we have to walk through this step by step.
Girl,
and then once you get through that, you go to the next problem and go step by step.
I want to call Mia up here right now.
You can call her up here all you want to.
You just keep talking about your steps.
You can call her up here all you want to and go get her.
You just keep talking about your steps.
And I will explain to her that she knows exactly what to do.
You just keep talking about your steps.
And the problem is going to be...
Malia, come upstairs right now. Mia, Paul, now. Now.
The problem with math, one of the biggest problems is like borrowing, right? So when it's like, okay, you can't subtract 0 from 5. So you have to borrow to the next one to grab that and put the 1 back on the other one to do the subtraction.
Malia, I need you to shut this door. Shut this door. No, I need you in here. Shut the door. Mia, Dad is claiming... hi, Mia.
Hi.
Dad is claiming that for math, he was telling you step by step and you just wouldn't get it. And that he was being super patient and showing you all of the things step by step and you just wouldn't do the steps. What was the difference between Dad and I when it came to you finally understanding math?
Mom gave you the answers.
Dad is mostly on his computer.
He's like,
so I handed him a piece of paper that we could go do the math on. Yeah. And then for like 15 minutes, he was just staring there on his computer while I was in the bed watching reels with you.
Yeah.
So
okay, but that wasn't the question. The question was, my question is, when it actually came time for Dad helping, what was the difference between Dad helping you when you were on the blue chair trying to do it with him and me helping you? Because when I helped you, you actually knew the answer. Go.
Because she gave you.
So Dad mostly wasn't really helping me. He just wanted me to do it by myself. And then you kind of were getting mad while I was doing it. But
I was getting mad when you were doing it with Dad, right?
You were mad during both.
Exactly.
Me and Dad.
But then who fundamentally explained it to you?
You.
And how? How did I fundamentally explain it?
She gave the answer.
Joyfully and calmly.
Nope.
Kind of.
Who do you prefer to do your homework with, Dad or me?
I usually do it by myself. So.
Right, but if you needed help, would you ask Dad or me?
I don't know.
But
that's a hard question.
But remember when you tried to do it, Mom gave you the wrong answer and you had to fix that? So if you want to do it with Mom, you can. It may not be a right answer.
He's right. Because he's more into math.
Okay, get out of here.
Thank you,
more
Mia.
Into math. Bye.
Thank you.
Love you. See ya. Okay.
So all to say is that, yeah, right. You can maybe walk them through and give them the answer. We just don't know confidently if it'll be the right answer.
All right. What is that? It.
That's fine. When it comes to religion, I can't help the kids with religion homework. I can't. What was the word you came up with this week? That was some weird word I never heard of. There was some Catholic elite nerdism that I can't remember.
Fecundity. Yeah. I don't even know that word, and I got to use it this week, and I have to pronounce it right.
You use these big A Catholic words.
Fecundity. I think it's fecundity. I don't know. I'm used to saying procreation. It's the word that means procreation in the catechism, and I'm going to struggle with it. I'm going to wrestle.
I didn't even know that was a word.
Anyway, so what's coming up? Because we got to watch the Lions.
Math is my thing, and theology.
We got to watch the Lions. What's coming up?
Coming up next week is going to be
Tryouts for all the kids
tryouts for all the
basketball.
kids, and there's a playoff football varsity game in Harperwood.
DC's still killing it.
DC is still playing.
Listen, I don't think it's going to get me canceled, and I don't think I need to edit. I mean, it was a little crazy. Last Friday, Harper Woods, there was a shooting at the game.
Ooh.
And so...
but the girls won't.
Can I ask you a question?
I may stay back with the girls. I don't think the girls
make sure not to... I want to frame this correctly.
Are you going to start with, is this racist?
I did wonder, is Harper Woods considered an urban area?
I think so.
I guess I never considered it that way. Like and I'm not saying shooting.
I think
shootings,
it's right. I think it's those cities that's right on the.
I'm
on the
not
border
saying the
of
shootings
Detroit.
don't happen also in suburban areas. But what I am saying, one second. Hey guys, we're recording a podcast. Not right now. Next week. One of our kids just came to see if she could be on the podcast. What I will say is that I did wonder if there would be an element of like, private school comes in to urban school, la la la. If that
Catholics
would be there.
versus convicts.
Yeah, Catholics versus kind of vibe. And first of all, I just don't know anything about Harper Woods, but I was very surprised there was a shooting during the game.
Yeah.
They had to clear and you know what I said to my girlfriend? I said the saddest thing about it is the players. So then the players had to finish the game without an audience, without fans, and then now our game's going to be on Saturday afternoon.
Is it?
Yeah. Are you not following?
No.
Oh yeah, they took it away from a night game. So it's a Saturday afternoon game. Everybody needs their student IDs. There's going to be a pretty significant police presence. Again, I don't think I'm saying anything that's going to get me canceled. This was all very publicly
we have
accessible.
something else going on next week.
I hope not. I know I wonder, but I don't think we do.
I'll check the calendar. I feel like we have something going on.
Because I really want to go to the game. But I will tell you, when I saw there was a shooting last week, I was like, I might not go to the game.
I feel unsafe, so I'm going to stay behind.
I mean, would you go to a game where, I literally don't think I would have brought the kids if it was Friday night.
Well, the girls don't want to go. The girls,
but I don't know if I would have brought the boys. If you know that there's a potential for people to pop off, I just avoid things like that.
Yeah, but I was raised in the city, so it's kind of like a...
Okay, bro. You were raised in the city.
I'm saying stuff like that, you're like, meh.
You actually would have had no problem going on a Friday night game after knowing there was a shooting the week before.
Correct.
Wow. I think I would have a little. Because the problem is that fans lose their minds and it just is not worth it.
Well, especially
in games with high stakes. No, thank you. Think about the West Catholic Divine Child CYO game. People are getting ejected. No, thank you. I don't need to go to a state championship on the line game with people that are already aggressive. No, thanks.
See, that goes back to I think it just depends on people's, like we talked about in the beginning, where some moms are like, I don't want my kid to go into the city.
Come on, bro. This is different.
No, but my point is some people are just I don't want, even if there's a hint of it, I don't want to be around. And
I might have still gone. I should say I might have still gone. But before I knew they were moving the game, I was like, oh, I'm going to feel a little nervous.
Oh, my point was just I've been in some sketchy places in the city of Detroit for high school games, parties. And it's there's a hint of that. But to me, that's not,
yeah.
Unless there's a threat, you're okay, there's an act the whole Dearborn thing, there's an actual threat going on.
Yeah, you're smart too. Yeah, So anyway.
I'm just saying I'm saying that's not for everybody, but I'm saying that would not be my deterrent, is that something happened last week. Because what if I would
So we have that game on Saturday, and then I'm getting excited. We're about to be done. I know. I'm getting excited. We are so close to the most wonderful time of the year. Oh, my teenagers want to come meet with us on Wednesday. They're very excited. I'm
I think
throwing
we got tryouts
this
Wednesday though, so we have to.
We can figure out a quick time, half hour. We're gonna have some. My teenagers have a company that puts up exterior Christmas lights. So for the second floor, we're gonna hire them. I think so. They want to come meet with us officially.
Maybe we'll see.
But anyway, I'm very excited about all those things. We're so close to all those things, right?
We got a couple weeks because I don't start until.
Basement's looking good. Got walls up and it looks awesome.
We show pictures on our Instagram, but we don't.
But all right, I'll start the Instagram. The bathroom looks good down there. We're getting there. You still think Christmas?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I want Christmas so bad.
That's still 6 weeks away. Yeah, definitely be done before.
Bad. I want Christmas so bad for the basement. So we'll see. Anything else?
No, Christmas music's on the 100.3 now. That started last Thursday.
Thanksgiving.
Will not allow
but you and I feel very differently
Maybe
about
the Hobnobble Gobble.
So this is what I'm going to say. We do something called the Hobnobble Gobble. It is actually, 21st. I think we will do it from now until we die. It is the fanciest night of my life and the best night of my life. And so we can talk about that next week. But I think if we go to the Hobnobble Gobble, which is the Friday before Thanksgiving, it's a fundraiser for the parade, for the Thanksgiving parade in Detroit. Then Christmas starts then for us. Maybe even tree up that weekend.
Well, then we got to do the Wayne County Light Fest then too.
Not happening. We'll talk about that later. All right, fam. All right. We're going to go watch the Lions. Go team, go.
Bye.
Bye.